hear you pray. And listen, I won't forget the way that you called me back. And because of the hope you had, I'm forever changed. Yeah. I'm forever changed because of you. Yeah. It's your faith that made those mountains move. It's your faith that brought me to the truth. It's the way you called heaven down when you prayed for where I am now. It's your faith. It's your faith that made those mountains move. Move, how you made those mountains move. Yeah, yeah. For all of the pain you faced, the trials you overcame, every road that you paved, thank you for it all. I wish you could see me now, way up beyond those clouds. I think I would make you proud. Your prayers haven't let me fall. It's your faith that made those mountains move. It's your faith that brought me to the truth. It's the way you called heaven down when you prayed for where I am now. It's your faith. It's your faith. It's your faith that made those mountains move. It's your faith that brought me to the truth. It's the way you called heaven down when you prayed for where I am now. It's your faith. It's your faith that made those mountains move. Move, how you made those mountains move. Yeah. Move, how you made those mountains move. Move, how you made those mountains move. Move. It's your faith that made those mountains move. It's your faith that brought me to the truth. It's the way you called heaven down when you prayed for where I am now. It's your faith. It's your faith that made those mountains move.
Every Sunday morning we get together to remind us who we are.
Welcome to Unity of New York.
Ain't a person here who is anything short of a superstar. God is in us all, we got the power to accomplish anything. So keep on keeping on, never give up reaching for all of your dreams. I'ma make it by any means, I got a pocket full of dreams, baby. place in the world that can compare. Put your hands up in the air, everybody say yeah, 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 yeah. In New York, concrete jungle where dreams are made of. There's nothing you can't do. Unity, New York. These people make you feel brand new. The music inspires you. Unity, New York.
Good morning. Good morning. And happy Sunday. Welcome to Unity of New York. Here we are in the snowpocalypse. Back to this virtual service. And what a beautiful thing that we can do this. We can still meet and still celebrate. My name is Sarah Dacey Charles, and I am one of your prayer chaplains here at Unity of New York. And I'm here to read the daily word and open up the service with you. Today's daily word for January 25th is a good one. It is zeal. There it is. I love it. The affirmation is I bring my zeal and passion to life. I bring my zeal and passion to life. Unity co-founder Charles Fillmore wrote in his 94th year, he wrote this: I fairly sizzle with zeal and enthusiasm and spring forth with a mighty faith to do the things that ought to be done by me. That is one of our founders who at 94 was feeling the zeal. He says, in this example, he shows us that regardless of age or station in life, zeal is a divine gift, a part of me, always mine to call upon. Through it, I feel enthusiastic and energetic about life. I express joy and excitement as I live, love, and share of myself through service. I am purposeful, passionate, and positive. I live authentically and make a bold impression on the world. I share my talents and gifts with a spirit of generosity and service. I begin each day with eagerness and end it with gratitude. Happy to share my zeal. Wee. So today's Bible quote is from Psalm 102. Worship the Lord with gladness. Come into his presence with singing. Let's all have some zeal. So I also want to talk to you about prayer. You know, the only thing better than praying is praying in community. And you can do that twice a week here at Unity of New York. And it only takes 5 minutes. So every Tuesday and Thursdays, we are holding still, which is amazing, a free conference call. It's a prayer call, and you can get on the line and pray with others. You will be guided through this beautiful prayer. And the way you access it, it's open to all. It's right before 9:45, call 267-807-9605 with the access code 798-460 and pray with us. If you haven't done it for a while, I invite you to check it out again this week. It's amazing. So glad you're here. Thank you for joining us. We have an amazing lineup, including our beautiful, wonderful founding minister, Britt Hall. Until next time, my friends, bye now.
Okay, guys, happy Sunday. Happy snowpocalypse. I hope you are all warm and cozy at home and you have everything you need and that you make it a great day, because it is. I know I'm going to take advantage of being snowed in and get a lot of things done and have fun too. So see if I can remember how to do this, and happy Sunday. know this one. You know what? Get up. Sing it with me. I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. Command my hands, what must they do? Command my life, it's here for you. God is the love that heals all creation. God is creator, makes all things new. God needs us to shine its light as me, as you. Happy Sunday. And I just noticed that I wrote something on my hand before. It says gloss, just so you know. I had to remember to go buy gloss because everybody needs gloss. Bye.
Tony, you are always glossy. Yeah, let's see if we remember how to do this. Golly. First of all, Tony, that was fun. That was fun. This is like deja vu, flashbacks. Did we all get the memo? Tony, I was trying to figure out if that was blue or blue gray or maybe gray blue. Sarah, you're wearing blue. We will get to all of that later. Oh, and how good it was to hear Zoe bringing us in with that opening video and see some of our angels in our midst there. And without going any further, Leo, thank you for remembering how to make this happen, for one thing, and then for doing it. Hi, hey, good afternoon. It feels like I should be saying good morning because the last time we did this, we were doing this in the mornings, and also it feels a little like morning when one has not left their apartment for the day. I haven't seen the snow yet, except for outside my window in the kind of pointless courtyard that I have to nowhere. My gosh, I may not know all of you, and then again, I might. Either way, I am Reverend Britt Hall, Senior Minister here at Unity of New York, and welcome home. Welcome home right here, right now, and you probably are at your home today. And isn't it wonderful that we are able to do this? Because let me tell you, in our nearly 27 years of existence, This is the third time we have ever canceled a Sunday service in person. And all three times it was for weather. One was a hurricane. Yes, a hurricane going through New York City. And I realized just this morning, this is too cool to me because I love coincidences and ironic things. The last time we canceled a Sunday service was 10 years ago this weekend. It was the blizzard of 2016 on this very weekend. It was like a 3-day, January 22nd to 24th thing. And I love that Sarah and Tony were calling this, what do you say, snowpocalypse? And of course, we've been calling it Snowmageddon. And in reality, I think it's probably nothing compared to 10 years ago, which was the most snowfall in history in New York City. It was between 2 and 2.5 feet, snowed for 3 days. I think it was Winter Storm Jonas, but it was known as Snowzilla. So Snowzilla, Snowpocalypse, Snowmageddon, it's all very dramatic, isn't it? But you know what? I'm just so grateful that we can do this and still be together, and right there where you are, right here where I am. And whether we are together in person or together in spirit, we honor our mission and our vision statements. And our mission, and I hope that you'll say it with me right there from where you are, our mission is, I think it's going to come up on the screen. It may not, because
I'm trying. Hang on 1 second.
this is like getting back on a bicycle, a pandemic bike to be exact. Our mission is, there are those beautiful curtains, to provide a spiritual home where community may gather and to know that all good comes from God within. No matter where we are, that home is wherever we are. And let's continue to know in faith our power of today, of a world consciously unified in love that leaves no one out and invites everyone in. And we, it was such a big decision to do this. Thursday night, while we were together at choir rehearsal, it became clear as the hours ticked on the day on Thursday, this was the right thing to do today so we can all stay safe and cared for. And as I said in the Friday newsletter, if you are in need of something, please reach out to someone in your community, someone in your building, so that just remember we're all here for each other. And we continue to have things happening, and we have some announcements to remind us all what those things are.
Welcome to Unity of New York. Here are some of the ongoing events in our buzzing community. Sunday mornings at 9:30 a.m., join us virtually for The Quest, a pre-service spiritual discussion group led by Unity teachers. After service, please stay for our fellowship hour. Enjoy social time and snacks from 3:30 to 4:30 every Sunday. Our monthly BIPOC group is a supportive space for Black, Indigenous, and people of color in our Unity community. The group meets the third Monday of every month on Zoom from 6:30 to 8 p.m. Tuesday mornings at 11 a.m., Staff Minister Reverend Sean Moninger offers a weekly spiritual book study on Zoom. Wednesday evenings, twice a month, Reverend Krista Giorgio hosts Unity Pride, a gay men's spirituality group, from 7 to 8 p.m. on Zoom. Join Unity Senior Adventures for monthly events that are engaging and fun. Check out the events calendar on our website for upcoming adventures. Unity of New York's women's group, It Takes a Village, empowers, uplifts, and supports the women among us. Contact us if you would like to be involved. If you haven't yet signed up to receive our beautiful weekly e-newsletter, just go to unityofnewyork.org and click on the subscribe button at the bottom of the page. You'll also find up-to-date info on our website events calendar. And of course, you can always email us at info@unityofnewyork.org with any questions you may have. Unity of New York is here for you. Thanks, everyone.
Ready, set, let's go all out for a pre-Valentine's Day Unity Senior Adventure with a visit to the newly reopened Studio Museum in Harlem on Wednesday, February 11th at noon. Tickets are $9 for seniors, and we'll explore a sampling of the works of all the artists in residence across their 56-year history. Following the tour, we'll stroll over for lunch to Harlem Shake. Check out their menu for shakes, burgers, chicken, fries, and fun. RSVP to revbeccabean@gmail.com by February 9th. And yes, there will be chocolate.
Count me there if there is chocolate. I have wanted to go check out Harlem Shake. So, Becca, I'm RSVPing right now to be there with you all so we can be together in person Wednesday. I think it's a Wednesday, February 11th. We are always blessed by all the talent in our community. And Tony, it was so good once again to hear you start us off with Use Me. And I'm so glad that you were singing a song that is dear to my heart today. And we have another special music surprise a little bit later. But right now, I simply want to welcome back Tony Condos Bennett.
Increase my faith in the things I cannot see, the things I cannot prove, yet I choose to believe. When my confidence fades, it's these words I pray. How increase my faith, increase my faith. Open my mind to the things I need to know, the thoughts I need to hold, and the ones I can let go. Help me be wise, see the world through others' eyes. Oh, open my mind, open my mind. Peaceful and free, that's how I long to be. The gift I wanna give to the people I meet. Let each of us see peaceful and free, peaceful and free. Increase my faith in the things I cannot see, the things I cannot prove,
cannot see, things I cannot prove, yet I choose to believe when my confidence fails. It's these words I pray, how increase my faith, increase my faith, increase my faith. Thank you.
Thank you, Tony. You are such a beautiful embodiment of living body, mind, and spirit, and opening your heart and sharing it with all of us. And it gives permission for all of us to open our hearts. That was so beautiful. I'm going to ask you all if you would close your eyes for just a moment and hear these words again that Tony shared. Increase my faith in the things I cannot see, in the things I cannot prove, yet the things I choose to believe. When I'm losing my way, it's these words I pray. Increase my faith. Increase my faith. Open my mind to the things I need to know, thoughts I need to hold, and thoughts I can let go. Help me be wise, see the world through others' eyes. Open my eyes. Open my eyes. Peaceful and free, that's how I want to be. The gift I want to give to the people I meet. Let each of us sing our own harmony. Peaceful and free. Peaceful and free. Increase my faith. Increase my faith. Take a breath and let all of that out. And I hope that you have whatever you need right now to cozy up in the warmth of wherever you are. I'm here with my mocha that I made. And that song is the embodiment of our theme today, which is not snow, it's faith. As we come to the end of this first month of 2026, wow, the year that we have declared to be the awakening and living of our 12 powers, today we wrap up our focus on our very first power, faith. Janice Stanfield did a good thing when she channeled that song. I first heard that song when Jana came to Unity of New York back at the Subud Center, I would say probably 25 years ago, at least, maybe longer. And while I still truly love that song, and I really am glad Tony was able and willing to share that with us today, because I love it through her voice. I love those lyrics through Tony's voice. Not to be a spoiler, but we really can't increase our faith because we have always had all the faith we will ever have It's innate in us. We were born with it. We live with it. And there is never a moment we are not using our power of faith. It's all about where we are placing it. What are we putting our faith in? So I want to get down to basics for a minute. What is faith? Let's take it right down. I mean, what does it really mean? In Webster's dictionary, faith is a system of religious belief. Makes sense. Faith is confidence or trust in a person or a thing, in someone else's ability. And in traditional Christian theology, faith is the trust in God and those promises as made through Christ and the scriptures by which humans are justified and saved. Now, the teachings of unity remind us that we are all born a child of God, blessed, complete, whole. There is nothing to save. And I'm trying not to think of the irreverent thought that just came to me, that I love funny little memes and magnets and things. And someone gave me a magnet, a refrigerator magnet, many years ago that said, Jesus saves by using coupons and shopping wisely. I know it's sacrilegious to some, but I think Jesus is pretty cool, and Jesus is our way shower at Unity. So God is all there is, the one power, the one presence in all of the universe and in our lives. That is the first Unity principle. The second principle, we are chips off that God block. We have that same DNA. So we are not to be saved. We are to live, to express. Another definition says faith is belief in anything. And one more says faith is belief that is not based on proof. The writer of the book of Hebrews in Scripture said, faith is the assurance of things hoped for and the conviction of things not seen. I believe Carlos reminded us of that a couple of weeks ago, and we've heard that many times. And Charles Fillmore, Unity's co-founder, said well over 100 years ago, he defined faith as the ability to believe with confidence, to spiritually intuit, to have conviction. In other words, to know that you know. So at the highest level, faith is directed by our spiritual nature. It's knowing that you know that you know. And it goes so deep, it really can't be fully explained. Faith is based on divine law, that which is absolute, that which cannot be changed. And it's based on divine law regardless of what appears to be going on around us. There are those whose faith has literally changed history, changed the world. Last weekend, we just celebrated Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. He changed the world. We just celebrated him. He once said, faith is taking the first step even when you don't see the whole staircase. I can't hear these reminders too many times of these gems, these nuggets to live by from Martin Luther King Jr. And you do have to take the first step, assuming the rest will be there, even in times of doubt and fear. And right now, there are plenty of times of doubt and fear. And certainly the whole staircase did not come into view when Martin Luther King took those first steps as a pivotal figure of the civil rights movement over 60 years ago, back in the 1950s and 1960s. And like Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., we all have that ability, just like we all have our faith. We have that ability to embark on the journey of faith and to tap into our divine power and more fully express the Christ within us. I want you to hear that again. You have the same capacity, the same ability as Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. to tap into your divine power and more fully express the Christ of you and as you. Truth. Now, being the fan of clarity that I am, and knowing that some of you may not have any idea what all of these 12 powers are that is our theme for 2026, I'm going to explain a little bit right now. So again, Charles Fillmore, our Unity co-founder, he staunchly believed, based on his own theological and philosophical studies and as a metaphysician, that there are 12 faculties of mind, 12 power centers within us. And he also believed that each of these 12 faculties of mind does have that power center or location in specific areas of the body. He also believed that these 12 faculties were symbolized in the New Testament by the 12 disciples. 12 is one of the numbers of completion. And all of these powers also have a corresponding color related to each power. So our first power of the year, faith, is located in the power center in the pineal gland, which is a small, like cone-like shape. I think of little pieces of incense when I think of the pineal gland. It's the endocrine organ in the posterior forebrain. In other words, it's right in the middle of your head, right between your ears. That's where your power of faith is. It secretes melatonin, and it's involved in your biorhythms. And the color associated with faith, can you guess if you don't already know? Blue, the unspoken memo of the day. And I love blue. I love blue so much. But why blue? It's a deep blue that is the color of faith. It's symbolic of serenity, tranquility, and especially the vastness of the heavenly realm, the sky, which represents higher consciousness metaphysically. And it also represents stillness and peace. Think of that higher consciousness, that higher realm. And blue, the color blue, helps to anchor the mind in faith, to trust in divine good, even when evidence is not yet visible. Now, in Charles Fillmore's system of the 12 powers, the disciple connected to faith is Peter. You may remember that Peter, or you may not, you Bible scholars, he was the first disciple to be called by Jesus. See, Peter's faith was weak and inconsistent until Jesus taught him how to use it. And that's what we're doing. We're continually learning and relearning and remembering how to use these powers. So remember when Peter tried to walk on water? That's Peter, the one who, the storm was happening in the boat and Jesus said, walk on the water. And he was actually doing it. And then he began to doubt. And he got freaked out because of the wind and he started to sink. And Jesus reached out his hand to Peter. So Peter was doing fine. He was doing just fine with what seemed to be impossible. Then when he thought about the conditions, the reality, the apparent impossibility of walking on water, he came to his senses. How many times in our lives have we been living so fully, so joyfully, and we came to our senses? How many times has someone in your life reminded you to be realistic about a dream or about something that is really important and really sacred to you? You need to get a business degree. You don't need to be going to do that. So when we come to our senses, that's exactly what we're doing. We're coming to our senses. We're focusing on our senses, our sense consciousness, the outer conditions, the limitations that the world says there are. And that well-meaning ego voice within loves to speak up about all the reasons that you can't and shouldn't be doing something. There really are just times in life when our faith wavers. I bet you can think right now, right this moment, of a goal that you set at some point in your life, some goal, something, some vision, some intention that was really strong coming from your heart, knowing without a doubt that you can do that, you can reach it. Your faith was strong. And then you looked at your bank balance and you began to sink in the water like Peter. Or maybe an unexpected event happened and you felt helpless or overwhelmed. Or, sometimes some responsibility is thrust upon you that seemed completely impossible to handle. And then you stop. You've been at Unity for a while. You've been reminded to stop, to breathe, to remember the Christ within, which reaches out and gives you its hand of spiritual power. And the wind stops, the seas calm, and you remember the truth with a capital T. Matthew 17:20 states, if you have faith the size of a mustard seed, you will say to this mountain, move from here to there, and it will move. Nothing will be impossible for you. We've heard that before. And Matthew 9:29 says, one of my favorites, according to your faith, let it be done to you. It's not enough to declare your faith. We can't just say we have faith, or even though it's powerful to have willingness to have faith, and that's a good start, you've got to take a step of action. You've got to take that step. Even when you don't see the whole staircase, you have to take that one step. You have to plant that little teeny tiny mustard seed and nurture it and know it is going to grow into full fruition, into all of its magnificence. This is the equivalent of praying and moving your feet, which is the step of action, and it is Unity's fifth basic principle. Remember when I said moments ago, we're born into our glory. We're born as a blessing. We're not born as sinners to be saved from something. We are in partnership with God, our DNA. Yet we have to do our part. It is partnership, co-partnering. And if we don't know what that is, get still, listen, ask for divine guidance, divine direction. I'm asking throughout the day, every day, for that guidance. And sometimes when I'm not really sure, I know it's an even bigger message to get still, to stop the chatter, to change the station, turn the dial. Your job, our job, is to take care of the possible and to trust God in faith with the impossible. And our humanity, we're walking planet Earth, spiritual beings, here having the human experience and having the spiritual experience, because we're a part of all of it and it's all a part of us. We're in the realm. And in this humanity, we do sometimes forget who we are. Most of the time, we forget it every day at some point, especially when we become consumed by things in the outer. So yes, we have struggles on this journey of life. And the cool thing is that when you work your faith muscle, the other powers, which we're going to get to throughout the year, they respond. They all work together. They don't all work, none of them work alone. It's like the systems and the organs in the body and this mechanism, this beauty, this wholeness that we are. Faith is the foundation. Faith is the key. It starts with your thoughts in the middle of your head. Hello. I just told you the area of the body, the place in the body for faith is right there in the pineal gland in the middle of your head. Everything begins with a thought, and we begin with faith. Do you remember as a kid when you knew things were possible? You didn't question it. You knew certain things were possible, and you were not concerned with how in the least, because you just had childlike faith. You didn't know better. The world was full of infinite possibilities. You saw things in the clouds. Remember that? Just lying on your back somewhere in the grass and looking at the clouds. And where are the clouds? They're in that blue heavenly realm. Childlike faith is an inherent way that is built into us. It is that focusing on the Christ within us instead of our human fears and adult limitations that we've layered on along the way on the journey of life. Because we certainly were not consciously saying at 9 years old, the Christ in me knows the way. Can you imagine? Or maybe you were. Maybe you were an advanced soul at 9 years old. I was not saying that. I will speak for myself. But man, there were certain things it did not matter how they were going to happen. I just knew they were going to. Years ago, I shared the story a friend of mine told me about her brother when they were kids, and I have never forgotten it. This friend grew up on Long Island, and there was a little tiny patch of dirt in their yard, right up next to their house. And it was supposed to be for a flower bed or something. They prepared it for a flower bed, but they never planted anything in it. So apparently her little brother decided that there should be a tree there. So he found a stick and he stuck it in the dirt. And they all laughed at him, of course, like, oh, that's so cute. That's so funny. A dead stick in the dirt. And he didn't care. He watered it. He took care of it anyway. He had faith. Well, the short version of this story is that to this day, over half a century later, there's a great big tree right there that looks like it's growing out of the side of their house. I don't know how it hasn't taken down the wall yet, but it hasn't. He had faith. He planted a stick that everyone thought was dead, and it grew into a mighty tree. All because he thought it would. Can you recall a time in your life having that kind of faith? Having that childlike faith where you didn't question. You just knew. I'm fond of the daily word. Most of you know that, I think. And the one that Sarah shared was beautiful, zeal, which is another of our powers. And it's one that we'll get to later in the year. But I want to share this daily word on faith because it really spoke to me. And I always believe if it speaks to me, it is speaking to you. The affirmation for this one is, in good times and bad, I put my faith in God. If I feel overwhelmed by circumstance or unable to cope with my life or the world, I lean into my faith. Believing in the presence and power of God keeps me in the flow of life, blessed by divine grace and surrounded by divine protection. Faith is the key to peaceful, abundant living. Faith helps me rise above the shifting fortunes of the world, freeing me from worry about sufficiency and supply. It helps me see the best in situations when it would be easier to simply see the worst. To believe in God means trusting good will prevail. It means steadfastly holding the belief that faith, hope, and love are more powerful than despair, doubt, and apathy. I triumph over my troubles by relying on my faith in God. And Mark 11:22 says, Jesus answered them, have faith in God. In good times and in bad, I put my faith in God. The translation to that is, I put my faith in God all the time. So let's apply this stuff. We know that these are not just good teachings and good principles and good ideas and good theories. We apply them to our lives. And that's what this year of awakening and living, the 12 powers within us, is all about. So I hope that you will take these reminders to apply them. You know, before we get to that, when you're going through challenges and you're dealing with outer circumstances, that's not a developing of your faith. That's a testing of your faith, of how strong it is. The best way is to strengthen your divine faculty, your divine power of faith. The best ways to do that are through prayer and meditation. Our fourth unity principle, pray and meditate. That's how we develop it. It's taking your faith to the gym. And when you commit to doing this every day, your faith power will strengthen. It cannot not strengthen if you do this every day. I am going to encourage you to, whatever works for you, your calendar, your Google Calendar, if you have a planner, whatever, you take 21 days to work on your faith, to exercise your faith in the way that I'm about to share with you. Whatever you remember from it, whatever you take from it, and see if your life doesn't start shifting from working your power of faith. Now, it takes 21 days, according to studies, to change a habit or to form a habit. And if you skip a day, all you have to do is start over your 21-day period. But let's start our practice now with a meditation on faith. I'm going to invite you to get comfy and get still, right where you are, as you are, right this moment, because we're going to do some inner exercising in the stillness. And then we're going to take the next step of strengthening our power of faith. Leo? If you would like to focus on this beautiful imagery, if that works better for you, take a look at that snow falling from the heavenly realm, the blue sky that is always there, beyond any cloud, beyond any snowflake. This is your meditation. This is your personal meditation, your blueprint. So I hope you've gotten comfortable, put everything aside, sitting quietly. Just focus on your breath for a minute. Just let the breath easily rise and fall. allowing yourself to become more relaxed with each breath, whether your eyes are open or closed. Continue to focus on the breath. Breath in, breath out. And now I want you to focus your attention on the crown of your head. This represents your Christ center. And as you focus on the crown of the head, think of a thought similar to this. The Christ consciousness is quickened in me now. The Christ consciousness is quickened in me now. Breathe it in, focusing on the crown of the head. The Christ consciousness is quickened in me now. Breathe into that. And now move your focus down to your forehead, which represents the conscious level of mind. Realize that you are consciously aware that the Christ consciousness is being quickened in you now. Say or think with your focus on your forehead, I am aware that the Christ consciousness is quickened in me. I am aware that the Christ consciousness is quickened in me. I am aware that the Christ consciousness is quickened in me. Breathe it in. And now move your attention down to your upper abdomen, the area of the solar plexus, your center. This area represents the subconscious level of mind. Know that the Christ consciousness is being quickened in you at the deepest level of your being when you affirm, I am grateful that the Christ consciousness is being quickened in me. I am grateful that the Christ consciousness is being quickened in me. I am grateful that the Christ consciousness is being quickened in me. Breathe it in. You've gone from the crown of the head, your Christ center of consciousness, down to your forehead, down to your solar plexus center, the subconscious. And now let your center of attention travel right up to the middle of your head, the faith center, directly behind your third eye, between your ears, and affirm, the Christ in me calls forth Peter, my design, disciple, faculty of faith. The Christ in me calls forth Peter, my disciple faculty of faith. Right there in that faith center, right in the middle of your head, the Christ in me calls forth Peter, my disciple faculty of faith. Breathe it in. According to my faith, be it done unto me. According to my faith, be it done unto me. According to my faith, be it done unto me. Let's rest in that for a moment. Take another breath in. Begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes and maybe loosen your head a bit and bring your attention back to this present moment. And know that in those moments when your faith falters, as it will, cut yourself some slack. Give yourself some love. And just take a step, one step of faith. Even when you don't see the whole staircase.
I believe in faithfulness. I believe in giving of myself for someone else. able to bear every burden, to heal every hurt in my heart. It is a wonderful, powerful place where there is faith. Where there is faith, there is a voice calling, keep walking. You're not alone in this world. Where there is faith, there is a peace like a child sleeping. Wonderful, powerful place where there is faith, where there is
Ah, I needed that. That's my sister, Rosina. Oh, Rosina, good medicine. Rosina Hill Jackson and husband, Jason. Thank you guys so much for doing that. I needed that voice. I needed your presence. I needed that message. And again, I think if I needed it, you did too. What a gift. What a gift. What a gift to be together. And every time that we do come together, whether in person, virtually, in whatever way, we have the opportunity to give, to share as we have received. And it is the time of our love offering. And even though we are not together in person today, here are the easy ways that you can still participate in this love offering of power.
There are 5 easy ways to give back and help sustain your Unity of New York home. You can go to our website, unityofnewyork.org, click the Donate tab at the top of the page, and then follow the prompts. If you prefer PayPal, go to paypal.me/unityofny. You can also text the word GIVE, G-I-V-E, to 718-313-3674, or you can scan the QR code that you see on the screen right now with your phone. And lastly, there's always the old-fashioned way of simply mailing a check to Unity of New York, 225 West 99th Street, New York, New York, 10025. However you give, it's appreciated by all.
Yes, it is. It is appreciated by all, by each and all of us, because we are Unity of New York. And let us know during our love offering, our offertory affirmation together. Divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive, all that I receive. And I hope that you have received what you have needed today. I thank Rosina and Jason and Tony and Sarah and Leo for remembering how to do this, for making it happen, for being there in the control room in that beautiful neighborhood in the upper Manhattan, New York City. Thank you. And thank all of you for being right here, right now. Even if you're joining us in the middle of the night, some other time, in the middle of the week, we are together. We are right here. Let's know our, let's pray. Let's pray one more time. Let's remember that we have said yes to another divine appointment. We've said yes once again to receiving whatever it is that we need. We have said yes to infinite good, to the divine within us. We have said yes to faith. to continue to strengthen our faith. Or as Tony said earlier, to increase our faith. While we may not be able to literally increase it, we can increase the strength of it. So I see you doing that very thing today, tomorrow, the next day. You are different right this moment than you were when you signed on a little bit earlier. And as we prepare to go forth, let's know together our prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Because wherever we are, God is. And one of my favorite quotes of faith, when you have come to the edge of all the light you know and are about to step off into the darkness of the unknown, faith is knowing one of two things will happen. You will either be given something solid to stand on, or you will be taught to fly. Much love.
Increase my faith. Ooh.
The very Christ that you are.